Hey guys, so I am still in Hamburg, which means I am still stuck in a drab hotel room doing videos. It kills me when I don't have nature around me, and normally over my shoulder is a sunset and Mount Kilimanjaro and Mount Meru, so I'm excited to get back to it all. Just a few days left to go. I've had some more time though to read some of the comments and emails I've been getting, and I've had a few more thanks to the Jim Carrey video getting a lot of views and a lot more subs as well from new people, so I'm grateful that everyone's joining the channel, and hopefully that gives more exposure to what we do and correlates to more children that we can help. And some good news for everyone who followed us last week. Baby Nuria, who was a premature twin with hydrocephalus, where fluid collects on the brain and makes the skull appear large. She has had her surgery thanks to the fundraising we did, and she is doing well. She's still got a bit of a journey ahead of her in her young life, but for now she's not in pain, and her chances of survival are about 90% greater than they were last week. So this is the power of social media. It can share truth, but it can heal lives right here, right now, today. And that is what I want to speak about in this video. I want to make clear what the whole purpose of how I see the tool of social media in my life, and that is to be a bridge between the people who need and the people who can give that need, who can fulfill that need. Too often social media free media is being used in the same way that mainstream media is. It's being used as a distraction. It doesn't share any knowledge, it doesn't share any self-improvement, and it just promotes people living an unlikely lifestyle to the masses, a holiday lifestyle which very few people can achieve, and a life without responsibilities, which is not really part of reality. A life without responsibilities is not something we were ever created to have, I feel. I don't think, in short, social media should ever be about promoting that, promoting a lifestyle or ideals that can't be achieved or reached by people. And this is what I want to grow this channel for. I want to share the truth, the song in my heart. That is something I desperately want to do, but at the same time, on a channel that has just this week for the first time reached 20,000 subscribers, using that channel in a Facebook page with 4,000 likes, in the last 3 years, social media and the people who were gathered around what we do via the social media, using it as a bridge, as something productive, something constructive, and a force for positive change in people's lives. In 3 years, it's built a children's village. It's not a huge children's village by any measure, but there are still more than 50 people living there. 27 of them are special needs children, so it has certain facilities, and we are expanding as well. It has drawn in other charitable trusts who wish to start helping us with their fundraising, such as last night the DJ Save My Life Foundation. It's opened a centre for street-involved boys who were addicted to drugs and had been abused from a very young age. It has helped us to rescue hundreds of dogs. We currently have 57 in our full-time care at the moment at the rescue shelter. It's opened another children's home where we have 17 smaller children, and it's also liberated, as with the video I showed last week where I found Karen, where I was out for a run, over 600 children from a very real and horrid aspect of their lives in Tanzania, which is the possibility of child labour. And if a tiny channel can do that, then it shows me a lot. It shows that it's not so much about the exposure, because the channel is relatively small, 20,000 subs are still very small, but it's about the message that you put to the people that hear you. And by no measure do 20,000 people watch every video, as we know. So the few thousand or the thousand that watch it, or alternating that thousand sets of eyes that are watching us and the sets of eyes on Facebook, it is seeing the need of others that makes them act and to build and make this happen. And this is what I mean, it's about the message. If you change the core message of your channel, of your social media, then we can start having lives with more meaning. We can start having adventures with more meaning. Last month I had people come and climb Mount Kilimanjaro. They got sponsored to do it and they raised a lot of money for the children's village. All because the message is at its core directed towards that. But if you have a channel with 100 or 1 million subscribers and your message is not that, it can't stir with inside those watching the want to build something to change things on the planet. And those things don't change. So, social media is a very powerful tool for change. It can be a bridge between person's prayers and the answer to their prayers. It can be a bridge between people who don't have something, who require something to elevate their lives. It can be the difference between a child having a chance at life and not. And this is the power of the technology we have at our fingertips. And I hope that this channel can carry on to be, with all of the new found subscribers that I've had this week, and all of those who may come in the future, it can carry on to be purely that. A channel that shows that social media can change the planet. Because it might not change the whole planet all in one go. But as long as you help that one person on one given day and it changes their lives, and it gives a singular child's life, it gives a singular child a chance at life, then it's achieving change. And that is what social media can and should be doing all over the planet. And it can be just as entertaining, it can be just as much fun, it can be just as relaxing for the viewer even as well. For other YouTubers and other social media outlets to start doing that with their social media. Even if it's not the complete focus of it, but at least once a week. If they can start doing that. And I know that with 20,000 subs, if so many people's hearts can be moved by the needs of others, from that small amount of subscribers, that a channel with 1 million subscribers can have a much larger impact than what I've had. And I look forward to the day that, God willing, our channel gets to that size. But if not, I look forward to the day that one of those larger YouTubers decides to use their beautiful, wonderful tool at this day and age, which can be a YouTube video or a Facebook page or social media presence, to start showing the world what you can actually do with social media. Start showing them what you can do with access to a laptop, a plane ticket, you have a passport, you have a camera. This is what you can do. This is activism. And in amongst that activism, you can teach the things that you learn, like I like to do, and you can share the stories, and you can do fundraising for people in need, and you can build lasting, off-the-grid communities like we are, lasting solutions for the special needs children out there in Tanzania. You can have a massive impact without an education on the topic, with nothing more than a heart which wishes to do it, a camera, a laptop, and a plane ticket. And if you think it's more complicated than that, the only other aspect that I can add into my equation, because those are the only things I had, is God. So it's as simple as that. Surrender, find God, have a camera, have a laptop, and allow him to send you to do your highest good. It might not be overseas, it might be in your own country, it might be a cause of closer to home, that's fine, it doesn't all have to be the same. It might be teaching people to be better parents, it might be tackling a blight on Western society, like I've recently spoken about pornography and the problems we face with alcohol and so on and so forth. Whatever it might look like. But we can change it. And the power to change it really does lie inside the technology that a lot of us don't understand the power of, that sits inside our homes. Because if certain elitist corporations are pretty much controlling the masses' consciousness, using TV and media and music and cameras and computers, then why can't we have an influence on that consciousness too, to wake people up? If those are the weapons that they use, why don't we turn them back around against them and start sending messages into the matrix that they don't want in the Matrix. And if they did, it would be coming through your mainstream television. We know this. So, welcome to the new subs, and I hope that you all stick around to see what the power of YouTube can do. Because this is what I am trying to do, is to show everybody the power that YouTube can have. And my next step, which is what I'm in the middle of doing, is a blueprint for a self-supporting charitable village. And we're nearly there. And it's all being done by connecting my voice, which is only representing the needs of those people we help, with the world, via the same tools that you have if you have a camera and a laptop and internet connection. And that's what we can do, as long as you add God, in my experience, into the equation as well. God bless, guys. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, as it really helps us to grow the channel and with it help more children here in Tanzania. Also, don't forget you can support our work by sharing with children in crisis here, be it sharing for a particular need or even sharing one-on-one support for education, housing, food and medical care. It can be done for as little as the cost of a cup of coffee a week back in the West after all. Just visit www.sharetanzania.co.uk to find out more. Lastly, remember you can also support us via Patreon, www.patreon.com/featherstail, and help keep us here in Tanzania to continue our work. The links for the website and for the Patreon are in the description box of this video. Love and light, guys. See you soon.